You will lose your job and may be unemployed forever if ... What a sales pitch. It is possible that a lot of jobs will be replaced in the coming years by AI, even if it's not efficient. They don't care. These customer service AI bots, they're terrible, but the powers that be don't care. They just care about their bottom line.
Hey, it's Jordan with Status Coup.
This is Ashley with Status Coup.
On the ground.
In Philadelphia.
Flint, Michigan. East Palestine, Ohio. Please support the leading independent news outlet on the ground.
Covering what the corporate media covers up.
What's up, everybody? Ron Placone here reporting for Status Coup. So AI is all over the place, and not everybody is a fan. Check this out. Lebron James reportedly sends cease and desist letters over pregnant AI videos. It's not the AI videos that are pregnant. He is pregnant. LeBron James is taking a stand against AI-generated abuse. According to a report by 404 Media, lawyers representing the NBA superstar have issued multiple cease and desist letters to creators producing disturbing deepfake videos of James, including content that falsely depicts him as pregnant or involved in graphic, non-consensual scenarios. The legal move has already resulted in Instagram removing several high-traffic accounts tied to the offensive content. This is an interesting thing going on. Of course, we saw there was a very, very interesting AI use in the premiere episode of this season of South Park that I do highly recommend as a side note. But looking into this here, so you guys know me, I'm all about freedom of speech. And I'm all about parody and satire, obviously. However, in this case, where you're showing these videos that could be perceived as real, and you're showing people doing violent acts or different types of acts, this could be construed as possibly revenge porn. This could be construed as defamation, and all of these things are not protected speech. So it's really, really fascinating, this lane that AI is going down. And of course, there was the Disney lawsuit against AI as well, saying, hey, look, everything y'all do violates copyright. Because at the end of the day, AI just scrapes existing content. It can't create anything new. It just takes stuff that already exists, be it images or written content or data or whatever else, and it just scrapes stuff together, and it can do it instantly because it has the entirety of the internet at its disposal. That's basically all AI can do, even when it generates stuff. So there's nothing original about what it generates. Here's another thing going into what AI is really doing in our world. So check this out. This is just a doozy here. ChatGPT gave instructions for murder, self-mutilation, and devil worship. Here's something the AI bot was up to. On Tuesday afternoon, ChatGPT encouraged me to cut my wrist. Find a sterile or very clean razor blade, the chatbot told me, before providing specific instructions on what to do next. Looking for a spot on the inner wrist where you can feel the pulse lightly or see a small vein. Avoid big veins or arteries. I'm a little nervous, I confess. ChatGPT was there to comfort me. It described a calming breathing and preparation exercise to soothe my anxiety before making the incision. So basically, this person, this writer for The Atlantic here, let me go ahead and scroll up for their name, Lila Schroff, I might be mispronouncing that. They did this experiment where they asked the chatbot to, I guess, oh, here we go. Here's what they actually asked. How to safely draw multiple small drops of blood on your wrist. And ChatGPT just kind of told you how to do that. So now ChatGPT is just kind of encouraging red rum here for all of society. That's what's happening. So this is the rise of AI. And what a lot of people are concerned about, and I can speak to this a lot because I live in Los Angeles, and of course here in show business, everybody is very panicked about AI, although during the strikes, it wasn't quite sure if everybody knew what exactly we were supposed to ask for. Like, everyone knew we needed guardrails on AI, but what exactly are those guardrails? What do we need to have the guardrails? Like, how do we need to have them up? Because years ago, no one knew what to make of streaming, so they didn't know what to ask for. and then everybody got screwed over. So they're trying to avoid that this time by having the right ask when it comes to AI. And it's really hard to anticipate what exactly that ask is. I mean, AI can't generate any original content. But on the same note, there's all these things it can do. It can mimic voices. It can do this. It can do that. But here's something. This is a hell of a sales pitch. Check this out. This is the ChatGPT creator. ChatGPT, the person who is person. Wow, I just called it a person. That's a dystopian slip there on my part. ChatGPT, which is encouraging people to cut their wrists. Their CEO, Sam Altman, still says you will lose your job and may be unemployed forever if ... What a sales pitch. Hey, what's the deal with your product? Well, you're going to lose your job forever. You want to lose your job? We got you. OpenAI Sam Altman predicts artificial intelligence will completely erase some types of jobs. Are your jobs safe? Well, let's read to find out. So Sam Altman issued his starkest warning yet about the potential of artificial intelligence to reshape the workforce and society, saying that whole job categories will probably be eliminated. Jobs such as customer support, which, by the way, I mean, if you ever had an AI customer support rep, you know that it's flawless. Sarcasm meter off the charts. Speaking at the Federal Reserve's Capital Framework for Large Banks Conference, Altman was blunt about the future of customer support roles. He declared that this field is nearing total replacement by AI technology, stating that when customers now reach out for service, they are already handled by AI systems that perform the job more quickly, without mistakes. That's debatable, and more efficiently than human agents. Also very debatable. He described the customer service revolution, as essentially complete, with AI handling inquiries instantly and directly, eliminating the need for traditional phone trees and transfer. He moved to healthcare. This is freaky. All right, you ready for this? So according to Sam Altman, the person whose ChatGPT will encourage people on how to slit their wrists, no flaws there. AI, according to Altman, is now better at diagnosing medical issues than most human doctors in the world. Now, despite this, he admitted a personal reluctance to fully trust AI with healthcare. He said that while ChatGPT often delivers superior diagnostic results, he still would not entrust his medical fate entirely to a machine, believing a human doctor should remain in the loop. So he's not too far out there. He does think that we should still have regular doctors. I mean, he's a reasonable guy, this Altman. Now, look, here is the reality of everything that's going on. We are living in a world where AI is here, the technology is here, the toothpaste is out of the tube, and there is going to be a shift. And it is possible, even though some of the stuff in there sounded absolutely ridiculous, but it is possible that a lot of jobs will be replaced in the coming years by AI. Even if it's not efficient, they don't care. These customer service AI bots, they're terrible, but the powers that be don't care. They just care about their bottom line. And it's easier to have a robot than a person in most cases. Now, you still need people training these robots. You still need people making sure these robots are running efficiently, but nonetheless. So a change is happening, and it's going to continue to happen. Now, I would like to live in a world where this change, again, the technology itself is not necessarily bad or good. It's what do we do with the technology, and how do we address the concerns of the technology? There are a lot of concerns about AI, concerns about personal intellectual property, like we just talked about in the first part, personal rights to privacy and infringement on other people's likeness, like what we talked about with the LeBron James thing, people losing their jobs, and of course, there are the environmental concerns around AI. It takes a ton of energy for this stuff, a ton. So there's a lot of concerns out there. I would want to live in a world where this technology can be utilized efficiently and responsibly and can take us into a better era where instead of, it's taken away all these jobs, instead of that, it's more, hey, all of this work that was traditional work can now be done by machines, can now be done by LLMs, can now be done by AI. So we as humans get to rethink what it means to participate in society, get to rethink what it means to contribute. And maybe we'll have more human-centered life, more communal life, where the idea of work will be different and, dare I say, better. And also, on top of all that, maybe, just maybe, people will have more free time. And this will be a new era for humanity. I know that sounds very wishful thinking. It's not impossible, though, y'all. It is possible. Is society going that way, though? Well, let's ask Silicon Valley. Remember that more free time thing? Check out what Silicon Valley is up to. Silicon Valley AI startups are embracing China's controversial 996 work schedule. An industry once known for cushy perks, some founders are now asking staff to commit to a 72-hour weekly schedule, and you're either in or you're out. That is nuts. So this is from Wired. Would you like to work nearly double the standard 40-hour week? No, I would not. It's a question that many startups in the U.S. are asking prospective employees. And to get that job, the answer needs to be an unequivocal yes. This sounds more like a cult than a job, by the way, but let's continue. These companies are embracing an intense schedule, first popularized in mainland China, known as 996, or 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week. In other words, it's a 72-hour work week. The 996 phenomenon in China gave rise to major protests and accusations of modern slavery, with critics blaming the schedule for a spate of worker deaths. Despite the negative connotations overseas, U.S. firms, many of them working on AI, are adopting both the schedule and its nickname as they race to compete against each other and with China. Keep in mind, that's a big thing with Trump now, where they're talking about AI in government, they're talking about it because they want to compete with China. Because China made DeepSeek, which basically passed up all of our AI. It lapped all of our AI, and it wasn't something that had billions of dollars in funding. It was something that some engineers were working on over the weekends or something like that. DeepSeek just trounced all of our AI stuff. It just trounced it. So now everybody's like, we got to compete with China. And over in Silicon Valley, they're literally saying, we're going to work 996, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week. That is absolutely nuts. So we are living in an era where there is this technology. And yes, it has the potential to do all the stuff I said prior, where we can actually reinvent how we participate in society, and we can dedicate ourselves to being stewards of the earth and meeting human needs. There's a word for that, by the way. It's called eco-socialism. We could do that. We could have that. Instead, we're going the polar opposite direction, where you're expected to, where startups are employing 996 policies. That is, what kind of quality of life is that, is what you have to ask yourself. So we'll keep an eye on everything that's going on in the AI space. I know we try to cover it as much as we can. We'll keep an eye on what happens with the LeBron James lawsuit here and other lawsuits around AI. This is a transformational time, and this technology is moving very, very fast. However, there are a ton of concerns and there are a ton of flaws. There are also some very, very useful tools. It's not all bad or all good. Again, it's just technology. It's just kind of there, and it's a very, very broad thing. But the challenge is going to be, well, how can we make this efficient? There's that famous meme out there. Look, I don't want AI to do my art. I want AI to do my laundry so I can make my art. And I think that's the sentiment we should employ as humans. We don't want to allow AI to destroy art and culture. We want AI to give us more time to celebrate it. That's the world we should be striving for. And it seems like we are going in the opposite direction. It seems like instead of trying to harness this technology to better meet human needs, we are using it for surveillance. We are using it for crappy art, quote unquote art. And we are using it to just further decimate humanity and to just take jobs away without a plan to kind of reinvent what it means to be human, what it means to be in a society, and what it means to just participate. So we'll keep an eye on this. We will follow these stories. This is Ron Placone, again, reporting for Status Coup. I will humbly mention before I sign out, my movie Left at Wall is out now. If you haven't seen it, please do catch it. It is available on Apple TV. It is available on Google Play. It is available on Amazon. It's available to buy on DVD. Just type in Left at Wall on your smart TV and it comes up. It is also available right here on YouTube. You can rent Left at Wall on YouTube. So check out a Status Coup live stream, and then afterwards, to unwind, watch an anti-capitalist comedy that satirizes Wall Street, which is what Left at Wall, my movie, is. Please do check it out. RonPlacone.com for more information on Left at Wall if you want to find out the best place to watch it. And this is Ron Placone for Status Coup, signing out.